The gospel text of today, which is taken from Matthew chapter 15, verses 21 to 28, may be summarized in 3 words. And the first of these is initiative, the second is perseverance, and the third is faith. The scene is that a Canaanite woman who is a Gentile, who is considered a non-believer, comes to Jesus with a request, not for herself, but for her daughter who is lying in bed and possessed by a demon. Jesus refuses to entertain her. He does not say a word. And when he does say a word, because the woman perseveres, he insults the woman by telling her that he has not come for people like her. He has come for his own people, and he must reach out to his own people. So Jesus realizes that he is parochial, that he is narrow-minded, and he tells her, this is the mandate given to me, that I have not come for everyone, I have come mainly for my people. The woman, however, is not going to give up, because she knows that deep in his heart, Jesus is Lord. She knows that he is trying to test her. She knows that he is trying to see how far she will go, and so she responds in such resilience that Jesus is amazed. She does not give up. She does not give in. She simply perseveres. And Jesus is so taken up with this woman's perseverance, with this woman's persistence, that he grants her what she asks for. And so the 3 aspects of this miracle are, first, the initiative. The initiative which the woman takes. She is the one who seeks out Jesus. She does not wait for Jesus to come to her. It is very likely from the description of the woman that she would have done all that would be required to get her daughter healed. She would have approached the different doctors. She would have approached the different medical personnel available at that time. And after doing all that she could, she realized that no one could really help her daughter. And then she seeks out Jesus. She searches for him. She takes the initiative. And though it is not a favor for herself, it is her daughter, she considers her daughter as part of her own being. And so she approaches Jesus. The second point, besides initiative, is what is called perseverance or persistence. The woman approaches Jesus, and even as she asks for this favor, for the healing of her daughter, she is insulted by Jesus, and one might say even tested by him. Anyone of lesser stature would have said to the Lord, Lord, or Jesus, if you do not want to help me, do not help me, but don't insult me. I am a person like you are. I have my own value. I have my own regard. So you cannot insult me by using words which are insulting, which are demeaning. You cannot call me a dog. You can simply say, I do not want to help you, but don't use terms which are derogatory. I'm going to take you to the court. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to make an example of you. This is how the woman could have responded, and she would have been okay if she responded in that manner, because it is true that she was indeed insulted when Jesus says, it is not fair to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs. The children here refer to those whom Jesus thought he had come for, his own people, his own kind. The dogs were the outsiders who refused to believe. And so Jesus is insulting. The woman, however, because she is made of sterner stuff, does not get insulted, but responds with perseverance. And she responds by also beating Jesus in the argument. She says that I do not even mind as a dog to eat what falls from the children's table. I'm not asking for the main course. I'm not asking for the main meal. I'm asking you to let me share in the crumbs that fall, which no one else would want. And I would be happy to even eat those crumbs. Her perseverance, her persistence, and not only her persistence and perseverance, but also her responding to this insult in such a positive and enhancing manner. And the Lord is so taken up with her that the Lord realizes that she has beaten him in the argument. The Lord realizes that she has won over him. The Lord realizes that her response is such that he has to remain quiet and simply grant her what she wants, and he attributes this healing to her faith, which is the third aspect of the gospel text of today. The larger majority of us, unlike the woman, are passive when it comes to doing things. We prefer that things are done by others, to us, and by others for others, rather than taking the initiative ourselves. And so the gospel text of today is calling us to take the initiative at least sometimes, to take the first step at least sometimes, to reach out of ourselves at least sometimes. It is likely that we might be among those who give up too easily, who when our prayer is unanswered at first say, what is the point? There are some who say, if God knows what I need, why does God not grant it to me? Because God does not know whether you want it to be granted. And God will only know that you want it to be granted not only when you ask, but also if you do not get it at first, if you persevere in your asking. So my prayer is not because God does not know, it's not to inform God about what I need. My prayer is to acknowledge that I am dependent on God. The woman's plea, the woman's petition is not because Jesus did not know that her daughter was unwell. The woman is acknowledging her dependence on God and even accepting to be likened to a dog if the Lord will give her. That is the extent of her humility. That is the extent to which she effaces herself. And it is a humility, because it is humility which is infused with faith. She is aware that even though Jesus says that he has come for his own people, he is much bigger than that. She realizes that even though Jesus has insulted her, her insult is only to test her fortitude and her strength, and she responds so courageously. She responds so wonderfully that she is granted. And so we need to ask ourselves whether we, like the woman, will persevere when our prayers are not answered at first, and whether, like her, we will have faith. I pray then for each one of us, for these three gifts of initiative, of perseverance, and of